Michael, go and jump in front of a truck right now. Now, go and jump from where you are and break your head and smash it. You're my stress. You're my problem. You're the one I sent to school. I spent all my money that I didn't have. I was just getting money to save you. You jump and took my children out and gave them to blackmailers. And they are blackmailing me using you. And you're telling me, it's better I die. Go and do that. No. Don't do it tomorrow. I want to hear it. Idiot. Think I'll let you blackmail me? And I will still get your mother. I will still get your mother. Is it Ken? Ken. Don't worry. The people behind this will hear from me. Don't wait for me to kill you. My hand not supposed to touch you. Go and kill yourself because you're distressed here.
So, after the whole allegation laid against Emeka Ike's wife, Emeka Ike, Suzanne Ema, finally comes out for the first time to react to all the marriage scandals and the crisis she and Emeka Ike had. And guys, I don't know, but I want to believe, I believe this woman from all the things that she's saying, because from all Emeka Ike said, I can find this woman's thought or this woman's reaction to all Emeka Ike said, and I'm saying it is so true. And a lot of people are also concurring to the fact that Emeka Ike abused his wife. And guys, this whole story is going to shock you, so listen to it and tell me. Even Emeka Ike's son came out and he also gave his own explanation and narration about the whole issue. He also said some things about his father and how his father abused the mother. So I want you to watch the video.
If his family is trying to reason, maybe I can get her to talk with him, and they will have. I was just thinking like there can be something out of it. I was going to call him a day before he came back on Sunday, because he did arrive in Nigeria on Sunday. The same Sunday I was going to call him, but my phone unfortunately got bad. I was just like, that's destiny, that's God right there. I was like, okay. He got back, and then I saw the video. Someone actually sent it to me, and have you seen this? And I was like, no, I've not seen it. And I was like, what is going on? And I just watched the video, and I was like, God, this is insane. Someone I'm trying to form peace with and telling his sister things to like get him to understand how things should play out. I'm not trying to dictate what should happen in this incident. I'm trying to tell him that
time that you are ever speaking up on this issue
Yes,
in the media, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yes. What we remember from this marriage as the public is, either in 2016 or 2017, we know that Emeka Ike was in court with you, begging you not to go. Yeah. The news that we heard was that he knelt down in court and begged you, and his friends knelt down in court and begged you.
No, that never happened.
That never happened.
Yes, that never happened.
Survived an abusive marriage, you know.
Yeah.
What do you mean exactly by that?
Okay, so
what was the abuse?
It started off as verbal. It started off as mental torture. It started off as psychological. Started off as financial, financial abuse, because I was not allowed to work. You understand?
He didn't allow you to work?
He didn't allow me to work.
You met him when you were 18?
Yes.
You got married when you were 19?
No, we didn't get married till I was, I think, 23, going on 24. Right. I was already pregnant with our second child when we got married. In fact, I had to be the one to speak out, like, you need to do something because this is our second child. So I was already heavy, and I regret it.
Why?
Yeah, because even during the wedding, he came late from the state he was shooting at that time. They never blessed us. It was his older sister's husband who has stood in, and the wine changing and blessings and all that was done. But
he beat you until you were almost paralyzed.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. We had gone out with the kids and we came back, and I was changing my daughter, and he saw, her nappy rash, and it was a bad nappy rash, and he was all over the place, angry and all that she'd been molested. And I said, how? This is nappy rash. And he was going on and shouting, who did I give his daughter to, this and that.
and they need to check her and everything. And I tried to calm him down that this is nappy rash. I use Vaseline instead of powder. That's why it's so red, that kind of thing. And he was going on, and I was like, okay. And at that point, I was getting upset, like, you can't be doing this. And then I was like, okay, give me money, let me take her to the hospital and let's get her checked. And then he hit me, And at that point, I had like, you can't keep beating me up, and I held his hand. And so he just turned me over and hit me, and then he hit me at the back of my neck here, and that was it. I lost sensation to all my body parts. I went down on the floor. I couldn't feel my arms. I couldn't feel anything, and he kept hitting me. He kept hitting me, and I was shouting, Emeka, if you hit me one more time, I would die. I can't feel anything. I was only seeing the stars. So when he hits me, it goes poof, that kind of thing. And that was only what I was seeing. I could talk, I could hear, I could see, but I couldn't feel. This was in front of our kids. This was in front of his PA at that time, Debola. And I was, trying to move my body. My body wasn't moving, So when he realized himself, he got up, he walked out of the house. And I was there for like 10, 15, 20 minutes, I don't know. I was still trying to move my body. And then I felt this sensation all over, like a million pins, poking me, pricking me and everything. And I think the nerves were beginning to connect or something, And then I got up. And that was when I saw the boy, Debola, peeping from the door. I guess he had told the boy to come and check if I died. That kind of thing. And then I spoke the boy's name. I said, Debola, and the boy ran out. He's denying it, but there are people that I run to their houses every time he beats me up. People that I run to their houses in the middle of the night. People that I run to their houses and I collapse. All this happened, and they are living witnesses. I have pictures. I presented those pictures during the divorce. I still have those pictures, but I'll only give my evidences in court.
What do you mean by verbal and emotional abuse?
Insults, putting you down every time.
So you had a terrible temper?
Yes. When I got out and I was in a friend's car, I didn't know I used to sit like this. And that was because of the lashing. I jumped out of a moving vehicle before. I've attempted suicide 3 times.
Because of your husband?
Yes. He's not saying all these things. The pastors, the church will send pastors to our house. And he's out there, I'm in the bathroom, I want to slit my wrist. I've bought pack of blade. And him and the pastors are out there banging down my door. Somehow I preferred physical. I preferred him to beat me than to say things to me.
So the words he was saying to you were so horrible that you wanted to take your own life?
Yes. He would describe you like you are an imbecile. He would describe you like you are not worth anything.
And when did the physical violence start?
That started, like I said, when I started fighting back. I went to the hospital, my child was sick, and we didn't have money. And I was trying to negotiate with the hospital if they could, treat the child and we'll pay later. And it was taking a little bit of time, and he just came in and was yelling at me, you're a fool, you don't know how to do things. What, all these people, you can't even talk to them. Who are they? They are beneath you, and you're allowing them to do this and do that. And I got upset. I was like, why are you being a jerk? And excuse my language. And I went off into the car to sit down, and immediately he was coming into the car. His punch was the first thing that I was seeing on my jaw. Right in front of people in the car park, so things like that. You dare not speak back. You dare not look him in the eye and talk. As he said, he's claiming that he built for my mom. He didn't build her any house. My mom's house was built in the 70s. How old was he in the 70s? She was renovating, and she was doing the back, And as a son-in-law, yes, he did give her a gift, you understand, which we're grateful for, you understand. But he never built a house for her. He keeps blowing things out of proportion, you understand. And then the school he's claiming about, I mean, we didn't spend that much money.
So you spent 450 million naira went down the drain.
That's the new amount now. It used to be 100 million. Now it's 480 million. The school didn't cost us that much. We were still owing the owner of the house. We had leased the building for 10 years because it wasn't really completed, and we're going to complete it and do other things and then make it suitable for a school and all that. But we didn't even complete the building. You understand? So, we wouldn't have spent about 30 million, 20 million, but for publicity's sake, at first he was claiming it was 100 million, and now I don't know where 480 million is coming from.
Is it perhaps that the school thing? So he says that you took his school. Let's take the allegations one after the other.
Okay.
He says you took the school from him. Is that true?
I left in the middle of the term.
Right.
I left in October. The school ran till full term, and they were dispersed. I don't know. I was not in the picture.
So you don't know what happened to this school?
I don't know what happened. I only found out that he didn't resume the school in January, and he had moved with the children to Abuja.
Right.
So I never knew. I was the one propelling the beating part. That she never told anybody ever beat her.
So Emeka's mother said she never told anybody.
She said she never said anybody beat her. That he, my husband, was the one that was propelling it. That she was beaten up.
It is that you essentially have taken away.
When I left, I only took my clothes, my international passport, my certificates, my 2 children, and their clothes. That was the only thing I took. I'm not in possession of his properties, where I did know their locations and all that. But how would you sell somebody's property if you don't have the papers or documents?
So you don't have any land documents?
I don't have anything. He's the one who, I have heard, has been selling off his properties. We couldn't even finish our buildings and all that because of his drug use. We couldn't make things out of life. We couldn't do anything with, we couldn't plan. We couldn't go ahead with our plans because of his drug use. So he was threatening to kill me. This man almost poured hot cooking oil on me at the time. He will carry a knife and he will be walking up and down the house. I'll just kill you and nobody will know. Nobody will find out. I'll just finish you off. And the day he carried the hot oil, if I did not howl, I had to howl and clap my hands. And then he dropped the hot oil and he walked out and he was still even bragging and everything. And I was on the phone with my sister crying and, he just poured hot oil on me. And myself like, no, he's only bragging. He's only trying to, he won't do it. That was all I kept hearing.
If you are correct in everything you've just described about the actor Emeka Ike, your ex-husband, you were dealing with a sociopath because...
Yes, I was. There was a day that he had finished beating me and I was on the floor looking at him, and then he was walking away. He came back and he was like, it's not me, it's you making me do it. And then in cases where they really dig and those kind of things. Yeah. But something that struck me when he had said, it's not me, it's you.
Ourselves. I was going about my day, and then I just realized, wait, why am I saying I never saw my father beat my mother? Why? I said, where did that come from? My mom was like, oh, you're a child. You can easily manipulate a kid. So it was like a dream to me, like I never happened.
So when you were with your dad, he began to convince you that the things that you had seen did not happen.
They did not happen to me then. That's why she said I hated her. That's true. Yeah, I did. Because to me, she left. So she didn't want anything to do with me. That was the manipulation that was used against me. That my mother doesn't want anything to do with you. My mother has moved on with men. She's doing drugs at a hotel. I fought with kids everywhere. I went to school, and I kept fighting everyone. I hated what my mother was.
Suzanne